Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 3, and today we're taking a look at the 2015 BMW i8. And yeah, this has been highly anticipated for this game. I certainly have been really looking forward to it, and yeah, it was highly anticipated in the real world as well. And yeah, the concept version was unveiled at the 2011 Frankfurt Motor Show, though the diesel turbocharged version was announced in 2009, but the petrol version was announced in 2011, just clarify that. And the production version was shown at the 2013 International Motor Show in Germany, and then it went on sale to the public in 2014. And even though it didn't sell all that many in its first year, I think it was about 1,000 or just under 2,000 between those two, in its second year that shot up to more than 7,000. So yeah, it's been a huge success for BMW, considering its new technology to the general public in overall, even though obviously the McLaren P1 and the Cura NXX have used this technology, but they are far more expensive than this car. And yeah, it's been an engineering triumph, quite frankly, and I am hugely glad to put it in. So yeah, let's take a look at it. I think it looks absolutely brilliant. Just a quick fact for you: the headlights, they are not LED, they are lasers, because apparently, according to BMW, they travel further than LED lights. So yeah, a lot safer to drive this car at night than ordinary cars. It's got these beautiful butterfly doors, which granted aren't practical, but they look great nonetheless. And yeah, engineering wise, like I said, it's got a lot going for it. It's got a 357 horsepower, 420 pounds-feet of torque, that has a 1.5 litre inline-3 turbocharged engine, which is coupled with a 7.1 kilowatt an hour lithium-ion battery. So yeah, so it's technically a hybrid, though you can switch between having just the batteries going, driving the car, or the batteries and the engine supplementing the batteries to charge them up, or both at the same time to give you all the power and all the torque that you need. And yeah, the engine itself. Go away, Warren. This is the worst thing about this game. Interrupt you all the time. Yeah, but like I was saying, the engine itself creates 228 horsepower, which is an incredible amount for a 1.5 litre inline-3 turbocharged engine. That means that's 114 horsepower per 0.75 of a litre. That is incredible. Even so, if they cut this engine down and just made it a 0.75 litre of an engine, you'd have an incredibly efficient engine that produces quite a fair bit of power. Obviously, you'd have to have it in a much lighter car than this, because this car weighs 3,380 pounds. But yeah, even as well as that, the battery and the electric motor combined create 129 horsepower, which again is a fairly decent amount, especially from an electric motor. And yeah, as a result, it's stupidly quick when it's combined with the all-wheel drive system that it's got going for it as well, and the fact that it's really rather light. Like I said, 3,380 pounds for an electric hybrid car is pretty impressive. I don't even think a Prius is as less as that, despite the fact that that's skimped on everything just to be as light as possible. So yeah, really we've got to take this out onto the track to see what it's like, because it really is like no other normal car out there. So yeah, we're going to take it out onto the circuit and see what it can do. So see you when we get there. So here we are. Let's see what this baby can do. It's a shame that in this game you can't switch between its modes, because it is just in sport mode all the time, which means the engine and the batteries are working together to give you the maximum amount of horsepower. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting that kind of realism from it in this game. But as a car itself, in this version, well, in this mode should I say, it's cracking. It really is. It's really rather direct, because it's got all that torque. You can just fly out the corner with that all-wheel drive, and as you can see, really rather good in terms of speed. I know we're not on the biggest track in the world that, you know, has the longest straights, but even on here you can see that it's really impressive in terms of speed, and that's replicated in the figures for the car. 0 to 16, 3.6 seconds. 0 to 100 in 9 seconds, and it will do nearly 200 mile an hour, 199 miles an hour. So that, just putting that in context, that's just as fast as the Porsche 959 from the 80s, which, as you would know, that's one of the first cars to ever come close to 200 mile an hour. And yeah, this is, you know, really a big leap in evolutionary terms, quite frankly. Just to put that kind of acceleration in context for new cars, that's quicker than the BMW M2 Coupe, despite that having slightly more power than this. And even more impressive, it's more quicker in terms of the BMW M4 Coupe, despite that car having 74 horsepower more than this. Granted, it has 15 pounds-feet of torque less and 9 pounds in terms of weight heavier, but it's still 0.3 of a second slower than this car, and more than a second slower to 100 than this car, and it doesn't get up to 199 mile an hour, it does about 197, 198. So yeah, mighty impressive engineering feat, this car, and I really, really do like it. I think even the engine sounds good, to be honest. Just shut up for a minute for it. Not the best sounding engine in the world, but for a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine, it doesn't sound bad at all. So yeah, big props to BMW for doing this and being able to do it so well. Because even the bodywork is a piece of genius as well, because it's got a drag coefficient of 0.26, which again is extremely low for a production car, especially one that is by no means a car that's really rather low down. I mean, yeah, it's not off-roader by any means, but it's hardly scraping the bottom of the asphalt either. So yeah, really like it. Like the sound of it, like the power, like the torque, like the acceleration, like the speed. The handling is really, really good. The brakes are really, really good. I love the look of it. And yeah, even though it's not the most practical vehicle out there, it's a cracking supercar, and I think you can call it a supercar even though it's got sports car level of power. Because like I said, this is less power than an M2, and that's hardly a supercar, but this really does perform like one, and I'm really impressed by it. I'm really am impressed by it. I can't really emphasise that anymore, and I am not surprised at all that it's sold as well as it has so far. And quite frankly, if I had enough money for a car that I wanted to drive daily and was modern, this would be right up there on my list, quite frankly. So yeah, if you've got the car pack and you still haven't tried this car out, and I don't know why, then get it and try it. And if you haven't got the car pack, trust me, it's worth it for this car alone, along with all the other cars I've reviewed already. So yeah, impressive vehicle to say the least. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.